What's up, Spud Nation? Week 5 NFL fantasy football. I hope you all are killing it in your fantasy leagues. Hey, I'm here to help you guys. Waiver wire time. We got bye weeks to handle, free agency, trades. You have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up. My email, real easy, Craig, C-R-A-I-G, at thesportscouch.com. Also, you can hit me up on Twitter. My handle is at thesportscouch. YouTube, a lot of you are finding me on YouTube. Also on my website, www.thesportscouch.com, and even a Facebook page for thesportscouch.com. Go ahead, like me, subscribe to me, do whatever. Fantasy fans, players, even people who just want to talk some smack, hit me up. I'll help you all out. That's what we do here at the Sports Couch. Thanks for tuning in today. We got to get down to some business, I know, but first of all, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month right here. Here at the Sports Couch, we definitely support you ladies. Fight that good fight. Anyone who has lost someone in that battle, thoughts go out to you guys and condolences. For any of those who know someone fighting the good fight, if you want to email me, tell me your story, I will definitely send good vibes, a shout to them. We have all month, people. Show your support. Donate to any sort of cancer foundation. And you know what? Hug someone. Give someone a kiss. Tell them you love them. Hey, it's all about good karma. We love the tatas. We love the boobies. Save them. That's what we do here. All right. That out of the way, guys. We are here for week 5. We got some bye weeks to jump over. Hey, I have to survive losing my man Calvin Johnson this week. We can do it. I know we can. So I dug a little deeper. I have ratings for each player. I'm going to do breakdowns of games. And you know what? There's going to be some people you want to avoid this week. So we'll get started. The bye weeks this week. Dallas Cowboys, thank God they need to regroup. Detroit Lions, like I said. Oakland Raiders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thursday night football. Arizona Cardinals going at it with the St. Louis Rams. We got Kevin Kolb. Kevin Kolb is not a fantasy starter as of yet. Those of you in the deep leagues, 16 players maybe. Kevin Kolb might be a deep play this week. I'm not talking go out there and start him in front of the likes of, Ben Roethlisberger or, you know what, even a guy like Andrew Luck. I like Andrew Luck better than my man Kevin Kolb right now. But keep an eye on him. Maybe a nice guy to throw on your bench for later in the year as he develops more with, Larry Fitzgerald. But right now, he's not a fantasy starter. So, Kolb, not a starter. Ryan Williams at running back. Got a lot of emails about Ryan Williams. Oh my goodness, he's going to be the next coming of Adrian Peterson. No, people, settle down. I had people willing to trade away great running backs to get this guy. Just because he is the starter right now gives him zero value. I rated 33 running backs, and he is rated number 33 on my list. He gives you nothing. He gets shut down by the defense. Arizona is throwing the ball all over the place because they can't run the ball. Ryan Williams has zero value. For those of you who went out there and signed him and put him on your bench as a possibility maybe later on in the year, smart move. For those of you who ran out there, signed him, and stuck him in your starting lineup right away, you guys have severely diluted dreams about this guy. He is nothing special. He is very ordinary and on a team that hasn't gotten a running game going yet. Ryan Williams, not a starter this week, even if you're in trouble with buys. Larry Fitzgerald, he's a starter. I have him ranked number 5 overall at wide receiver. Andre Roberts, he came onto the scene strong last week. 9 targets, got the attention of the entire world. I'm talking about him this week. He's a deep flex play this week. If you're running into problems, say Calvin Johnson's gone, Des Bryant's on your team, they're both gone, look for Andre Roberts. More than likely, he's a free agent right now. I have him rated at number 33 at wide receiver, which is a deep pool. Andre Roberts has scored 4 touchdowns this year. 1 in week 1, 1 in week 2, and 2 last week. The guy gets targets. The guy finds the end zone. I like him as a nice play this week. And again, if you're very, very desperate, this is my last rated wide receiver, Michael Floyd. He got some targets last week. He's nothing special, but if you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel, Michael Floyd is worth a look. For the Rams, Steven Jackson, I have him rated at number 19. Yeah, it's hard to say. 19, so low. Steven Jackson gets a lot of work, but the Arizona Cardinals, they love to punch you in the mouth. They shut down running backs. Really strong defense. Danny Amendola, I have him rated at number 14 for wide receivers. I like him as a nice wide receiver too. He's a solid start this week, even though more than likely Patrick Peterson's going to be on him. It's going to be a tough matchup, but Amendola finds ways to not only catch the ball, get open, but he found the end zone last week against an unbelievable defense. Might have been a trick play, but he still got the fantasy points. So there you go. Amendola, a nice wide receiver too. Brandon Gibson, a deep free agent. You know, he's a free agent in most leagues. I bet he's a deep play for a lot of people this week. Again, you run into buy problems. Brandon Gibson, I have him rated number 40. So not as high as Andre Roberts. I like Andre Roberts better, but Gibson, a guy you could reach for this week. Philadelphia versus Pittsburgh, starting the Sunday slate. Mike Vick rated number 9 this week. LaShawn McCoy, you're starting him obviously rated at number 10. Deshaun Jackson, I have him rated 12 at wide receiver. It seems him and Vick have begun to get a little chemistry. Vick looks his way. And you know what? Any of you who have followed my show, you know I'm not a Deshaun Jackson fan, but he's getting numbers, he's getting catches, he's getting looks. Number 12 overall. Jeremy Maclin. I like Maclin a lot, and I hope eventually Vic starts throwing to him more than Deshaun Jackson again. But for now, I have him rated number 24. A wide receiver 3, maybe a flex play for Maclin this week. And lastly, Brent Selleck, number 15 overall for tight ends, so probably not a start for you guys. Pittsburgh, Big Ben rated number 15. I know it's awfully low for a good quarterback, but Philly's corners are very tough. Big Ben might have some problems this week. Mendenhall will more than likely make his return. Flex play, running back 2 if you're really stretching. I have him rated number 26 overall. I want to see product on the field. I want to see what he does, and Philly's D is no slouch. Mike Wallace, number 25 overall. Again, a deep play, maybe wide receiver 3, maybe a flex play for Wallace. Antonio Brown, I have ranked above Wallace at number 18, so we're looking wide receiver 3 for Antonio Brown. And Heath Miller, he's been hot as of late. Big Ben likes throwing to him, and he could very well look to his check down all Sunday long. So Heath Miller, number 8 overall at tight end. Green Bay, Indy. I like what this game could possibly be. Aaron Rodgers starting to hit stride a little bit. Andrew Luck and Indy playing from behind most of the year. We could see a lot of throwing, period, in this game. So Aaron Rodgers, I have ranked number 1 overall this week for quarterbacks. Cedric Benson at number 16. Yes, he's relevant. We're discussing Benson. A nice running back 2 right there. Depending on the depth of your running backs, obviously, but number 16 overall. Jordy Nelson, number 6. I love Jordy Nelson. Just got an email before I went on and made this show. Should I trade Des Bryant for Jordy Nelson? In a heartbeat. I do that all day long. Don't even think about it. Better quarterback. Greg Jennings is hurt a lot, so we're looking at the number 1 target in Green Bay. Jordy Nelson all day, every day. Greg Jennings, more than likely out. I would say I'm about 99.9% sure he's out with that groin. So we're looking at James Jones getting some fantasy value. I have him rated at number 23. Randall Cobb coming in at number 32. But obviously, not bad plays for you guys. James Jones, a real solid flex play this week. Randall Cobb as well. Really solid flex play. Phoebe making her weekly appearance on the show. And Jermichael Finley. number 7 overall for tight ends. He is just too much talent and a pass-first quarterback in the red zone. Finley will pay off eventually on a start one of these weeks. For Indy, Andrew Luck, I have ranked number 12 overall. Yeah, it's pretty high rating. Andrew Luck has been throwing the ball all over the place and looked pretty darn good doing it. Reggie Wayne, wide receiver 2 area, I have him ranked number 15. I have T.Y. Hilton. You guys asked for names to keep an eye on. T.Y. Hilton. Last game, he erupted. I like what this guy can do. Andrew Luck's looking for that number 2 receiver. It was Donnie Avery. It looks like T.Y. Hilton was his favorite 2 games ago. So I'm giving T.Y. Hilton the nod, number 36 overall. And Donald Brown at running back, number 30, probably isn't cracking your starting lineup unless you're really searching and reaching this week. Browns Giants, Trent Richardson, number 18 overall. In 10-team leagues, more than likely Richardson's getting a start. Either a running back 2 or a flex play this week. Here's a name that you guys should keep an eye on. Jordan Norwood for the Browns. I know he's a Brown, big deal. He's ranked really low. I'm not saying run out and get him this week. I'm saying keep an eye on this guy. He had 10 targets last week. Jordan Norwood. Someone to keep an eye on. Don't go crazy. Run out there and pick him up yet. Just keep him on your radar. Greg Little, number 37. He got 10 targets. The guy cannot catch the ball. I love North Carolina. Greg Little's from North Carolina. I can't find anything good to say about this guy. For the Giants, Eli Manning, another top 5 quarterback ranking. He's coming in at number 5. We know what he can do. Ahmad Bradshaw, number 21 at running back. They're showing time split again. It's gross. We don't like it. And who knows how divided it's going to be. I'm trying to steer clear of that. Victor Cruz, number 3. He's a start. He's a wide receiver 1. The guy puts up numbers every week. Dominic Hickson. If you didn't watch last week, he had 11 targets, put up over 100 yards. I have him ranked number 27 this week. Start him. Hakeem Nicks is done, man. He is the injury-plagued receiver in the NFL. Dominic Hickson. If you're searching to fill slots like Kelvin Johnson, Dominic Hickson is your guy, rated number 27 overall. And Martellus Bennett, number 10 for tight ends. More than likely, he's filling a starting spot for you guys. Atlanta, Matt Ryan, number 4 overall. He's been killing it. Michael Turner, number 8. For those of you who said he was dead, what did I tell you? The guy just gets shit done. I love what he can do. Goal line back. He caught a pass last week and scored a long touchdown. Michael Turner, keep doing it, burner. Roddy White, number 2 overall wide receiver. He's a starter. Julio Jones, I have him coming in at number 13 overall. He's a very solid wide receiver 2. Tony Gonzalez at number 4 overall at tight end. And last week, Jacquizz Rodgers. You got Quiz out there, man. ESPN keeps hyping him up like he's the next coming of, Herschel Walker or something. Right now, I have him rated at number 29. In a deep league, if you're looking to fill a spot, you're really reaching for someone, you could start him this week. Washington can't really stop a nosebleed. But right now, Quizman, it's Turner's team. So he'll get some carries, he'll get some catches, but the bulk of the load will go to Michael Turner. Washington, RG3, number 7. Atlanta, pretty strong defense. I love my man Morris. Morris at running back. Dude, you just keep doing your work, baby. Terrell Davis-like, guys. For those of you who ran out there and picked him up, congrats. This guy's paying big dividends. I have him rated number 5 this week. He gets a bunch of carries, and they pay off. The guy is amazing. I really like this kid. Leonard Hankerson, 11 targets last week. I have him coming in at number 20 overall for wide receivers. Pierre Garçon, 1 catch last week. Not getting it done for me. I have him coming in at number 34. And Fred Davis, number 13 for tight ends. Miami, here we go. The flavor of the week. Brian Hartline. Well, 50-50 shot with this guy. He's had 2 really strong games. Last week was absolutely ridiculous. He had 19 targets, just put up obscene numbers. I have him rated number 19 this week. I'm not going crazy. I'm not putting him in my top 5. I'm not doing anything like that. For those of you who went out and picked him up, because more than likely he was a free agent, well done. He's a nice guy to have on your bench this week. Possibly a wide receiver 3. Looking good for Brian Hartline. At the end of the day, he still has Ryan Tannehill at quarterback. Yeah, just not buying in. Devon Bess, I have rated number 30. He saw 12 targets last week. Just crazy numbers. Reggie Bush, number 13 overall for running backs, so fill him in accordingly. For Cincinnati, Andy Dalton, number 10 quarterback. He's been doing extremely well this year, and A.J. Green has a lot to do with it. I have A.J. Green, number 1 wide receiver this week. Obviously, we know what the kid from Georgia can do. Andrew Hawkins coming in at number 35. He's their big play guy. Jermaine Gresham, number 14 for tight ends. And Benjarvis Green-Ellis, number 20 overall for running backs. All man, fumbling 2 weeks in a row. What is going on with the law firm? Ravens, Chiefs. Ravens, I got Flacco coming in at number 8. I love his matchup. And for those of you who've been following me all along, Torrey Smith. What did I tell you before the season? Torrey Smith, I've been hyping this kid forever. He's coming into his own 2 weeks in a row, just killing things out there. Flacco giving him a lot of targets, a lot of looks, and Torrey Smith and fantasy owners of Torrey Smith benefiting greatly from this young man. I hope you went out there and got him when I was talking about him. I have Torrey Smith ranked number 8. As long as Flacco continues to target this guy, numbers are going to be there. Anquan Bolden, he has risen from the dead. I have him rated at number 13, sharing time with Julio Jones there. Anquan Bolden, a very nice flex play wide receiver 3. I know at the beginning of the year I wasn't singing this guy's praises too much, but he's come to work every single week. So Anquan Bolden, a pretty nice play this week. Ray Rice, obviously you're starting him, number 4 overall. And I'm giving Dennis Pitta 1 more week. This guy's got 1 more week to prove to me that Joe Flacco is going to look his way. I'm ranked number 9. If you have him, start him. For Kansas City, Dwayne Bowe, just been getting things done. I have him ranked number 7. You're starting him this week. And Jamal Charles, number 11 overall for running backs, which is a very high rating. Jamal Charles, hey, 2 weeks in a row, you're doing your thing out there. Now do it against the Ravens D. Seattle, I got one guy to talk about, Marshawn Lynch. I love this guy. He touches the ball like 25 plus times a game. I'm ranked number 2 for running backs. And for Carolina, Cam Newton, number 11 at quarterback. Tough matchup for any quarterback against that Seattle secondary. The pass rush gets to him. Cam Newton owners, I am one of them. I'm running into a problem. Cam Newton, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick plays a stingy 49er D. Cam Newton plays Seattle. I'm going Cam Newton, hoping his legs work this game. D'Angelo Williams, Jonathan Stewart, I hate this situation. D. Will, number 23. Stewart, number 24. And Steve Smith, just because of the matchup, I dropped him to number 28 overall. I don't have Greg Olsen written down, but come to think about it, Greg Olsen might not be a bad play this week. I have Greg Olsen. I'm going to rate him. Put him in at number 12, number 13 on the tight end rankings. Greg Olsen will be a nice check down when the receivers can't get open. Cam Newton's going to be under pressure. I like Greg Olsen just out of the top 10. So in your 12, 16 teams leagues, Greg Olsen, a nice start. Chicago Bears at the Jaguars. Matt Forte, number 15 at running back. He came back, looked pretty good. Brandon Marshall, stud. If Jay Cutler can stay upright, Marshall's going to have a lot of value. I have Marshall number 4 overall. Alshon Jeffrey, number 42, real deep league. This guy gets targets at least, so worth a look. I still like guys like Andre Roberts, T.Y. Hilton better than him. For the Jaguars, Mojo, you're starting them. I have him ranked number 14, and in very, very deep begging for player leagues, Justin Blackmon started to see some targets last week. Denver, Peyton Manning, number 6, quarterback rating. It's a good matchup against New England. Decker, number 22 for wide receivers. Demaryius Thomas, number 11. Willis McGahee, number 17 at running back. For New England, Tom Brady, number 3. Love what he can do. Stephen Ridley. A lot of people are starting to freak out, getting paranoid. Ridley, they chopped carries last week. Him and Brandon Bolden. Ridley's still the guy. They were beating the living piss out of Buffalo last week when Bolden started getting carries. Ridley I have coming in at number 12. I have Bolden coming in at number 32. So I'm not jumping all aboard the Bolden train just yet. Gronk, my number 2 tight end. Dude's a stud. Wes Welker, number 9 at receiver. And Brandon Lloyd, number 21. For Buffalo, San Francisco. Very tough matchup for Buffalo. I have Ryan Fitzpatrick, number 14, who has been, I've sang his praises all season long. Just difficult matchup. CJ Spiller, Fred Jackson, I have him low, 27, 28. Spiller above Jackson just because of his big play capability. Stevie Johnson, number 29, again, 49er D. And Scott Chandler, 2-touchdown game last week. I am staying away, number 12. I'm liking Greg Olsen better than him in this week's matchups. Frank Gore, number 6 for running backs. Vernon Davis, number 5 for tight ends. And Michael Crabtree, low, obviously. Put him in the 38 range for wide receivers. Titans, Chris Johnson. Oh my God, he had over 100 yards. Fantasy owners out there running. No, don't get too excited about this guy. Going against a Vikings defense that has done everything they can to stop running backs. CJ, number 25, and that's being generous. Still can't find the end zone. I'm not a fan at all. Kendall Wright started getting some targets. Hasselbeck looked like he liked this kid. Again, you're looking for a guy to fill a spot. Kendall Wright, look on the waivers. With Kenny Britt questionable, find out Kenny Britt's status coming this week. Kenny Britt can't go. Kendall Wright is a nice play. For the Vikings, Ponder, I have him rated at number 13 for quarterback. Adrian Peterson, number 3 for running back. The guy just gets things done. He's going to eat up that Titan D. Kyle Rudolph, folks, number 3 for tight ends. What do tight ends do? They kill Tennessee. Look for him to have a touchdown, maybe 2 this week. Percy Harvin, number 10 for wide receivers. And Jerome Simpson, got a couple catches this past week. I'm still rating him in the 40s. 41, I need to see more finished product out of that guy. Chargers, Saints. We're going Ryan Matthews. I'm rating him number 7. He had 14 carries last week. We have no idea where the hell Jackie Battle came from in the whole scheme of things for the Charger running backs. Very frustrated. Other experts were frustrated as well. I'm telling you, it was frustrating to see what Jackie Battle did to Ryan Matthews' value. Still giving him the benefit of the doubt. Everyone runs on the Saints. Ryan Matthews, number 7. Jackie Battle, number 22. I got an email about Jackie Battle. Should I trade Doug Martin for Jackie Battle? Definitely not. You're staying with Doug Martin, the guy who touches the ball 20-plus times a game. Will benefit you in the long run, so stay strong with Doug Martin. Malcolm Floyd at wide receiver, number 26. He could have some value this week, a deep flex play, wide receiver 3 in that range. And Antonio Gates, take this guy out to the pasture and pop him one. He looks absolutely horrible. His career looks over. You want to talk about a guy who has slowed down immensely. There's your guy, Antonio Gates. Guys, don't run out there and get him, and don't start him because he's a huge name. You have guys like Greg Olson, Scott Chandler, new guys like that. Dennis Pitta, who are coming on strong. Start him. Gates, not a start this week. Saints, Drew Brees, number 2 overall. You're starting him. Darren Sproles, number 9 for running backs. Colston, number 16, and Lance Moore, number 31 at receiver. The number 1 tight end, Jimmy Graham. That's the Saints. They're going to throw it all over the place. Drew Brees will do what he does. Texans, Jets. For my Jets notes, I wrote down a big X. None of them are worth anything. Please put Tim Tebow in. At least it'll be somewhat entertaining. For the Texans, Arian Foster, number 1 running back. Andre Johnson, number 17 receiver. Owen Daniels, yes, that's right. Owen Daniels, number 6 overall tight end. Gotta appreciate what this guy's doing. Johnson's seeing a lot of coverage. Daniels reaping the rewards. There you go, Spud Nation. Let's do work. Let's get the W's here in Week 5, your fantasy leagues. Again, I'm here all week. Hit me up. Email craig@thesportscoach.com. Twitter, my handle is @thesportscoach. Follow me. Subscribe to me on YouTube, The Sports Coach 1. Hey, Spud Nation, I'm here for you. Let's keep getting those W's. I'm here for all your questions, comments, concerns. Good luck. Till next week, we're out.